In this question, they have asked us to reverse our string. So we have to write a function that reverses a string. The input string is given as an array of characters s. So this is our s string, s array. The input string is given as an array. So our input string, for example, I give hello. So our hello is given as an array of characters. So each character will be present inside a string. So you must do this by modifying the input array in place with O of n extra memory. So we should just use order of n, order of 1 extra memory, and we have to modify the input array in place with order of 1 extra memory. So this is our input, and hence our output will be our O will come to the 0th index, and our H will go to the n minus 1th index, and similarly L will go to the first index, and E will go to the n minus um, the before the n minus 1 index, and our L will just remain in the same position. So we can see that L is a middle element, and the position of L does not even change, it just stays here in the second index. And because this is an odd number of odd size of array, we have odd number of characters over here, and over here we have an even number, we have 6 characters. And here this is the same thing happens, we just switch our elements, keep switching it, and here n will go this side, and then this n will come over here. So how we will just implement it is, we have to find the mirror image of the string from the midpoint. So for example, this is an odd size of length string. So C will the mirror will just go through our letter C, A, B, C, D, E. So if it's A, B, C, D, E, so A will go to our E, and E will go to A position, that is index, and B here will be D, and here will be B, and C will remain in the same position or index. And in case of even length, for example, here the size is 4, and we will just switch, A will become C, and B will become D, and C will become B, right? Sorry, A will become D, and B will become A, B, C, D. Yes, so A will become D, and B will become C, and our C will become B, and D will become A. So our final string will be DCBA. So ABCD becomes DCBA. That's it. And here I will just take our approach. We will take our approach as we will take two pointer method. So one will be left pointer, and another will be right pointer. So our left pointer will be pointing towards the left side extreme character, and right will be pointing to right side extreme character. So so what happens here is, our we just keep on moving our left and right. So left will be moving towards the right, and right will be moving towards the left. So we will increment our left pointer and decrement our right pointer, so that they just keep moving towards each other instead of away from each other. So left and right should keep moving towards each other, and after every move of moving towards each other, we should always swap the characters present in those indexes of left and right. So after swapping, we have to move again. Then after swapping, we need to move again, and till which till what condition should we do this until our left is less than our. So if our left point, only if our left is less than r, we have to keep doing it. If our left becomes equal to r, or left becomes greater than r, we have to stop it. So if our left is equal to r, that means we have reached in the middle, that is the middle. So even if we swap this or don't swap this, it doesn't make a difference. So we will just leave C as such, whichever index it is, and we will just leave C. And L is less than R, and our order of this one will be an order of n complexity. So we will just putting this in our code, we will just initialize our right to s dot size of, this one will be we'll just subtract 1, because the size is always less than 1. I mean, a right pointer should, an array, right, if it has n variables, then obviously the size will be n minus 1, and it will go until n minus 1, but its size will be n, and the last element will have the index as n minus 1, so that's what I meant. And here left will be 0, we will initialize it to 0. Then we will put our while condition. Our while condition is very important. and it determines until when our loop will keep going. So it's very important that we specify our while condition properly, and we will just declare a character C. So our C is our actually a swapping, a swapping takes place over here. So our character C s of is equal to s of left, it goes to left, and s of left is equal to s of right. S is our string. Then finally our s of right will be C. So we have successfully swapped all our characters. That is the characters that is present in the left and right pointers, or the left and right indexes. Then after swapping, as I told, we have to keep moving at the left and right pointer. So we will increment our left pointer, and obviously we have to decrement our left pointer. So we will subtract it by 1. We have to decrement and increment. We have to increment and decrement by 1. We should run this code and see. So whether we have swapped it. So we have swapped it. And so what basically happens here, I'll summarize it once again. We have a function, void function. It isn't returning anything, right? We are just swapping. Our output will be, however, we have swapped it, and we have a reverse string, and we are going to give a vector that is an array of characters, right? We're having this is called an array of characters because it has each character inside the array and s. So we are naming the um, vector as s. So that will be s array, and we are giving the right and left. We are initializing right and left variables. Then we are doing while left is less than right. Then after only if left is less than right, we will swap it, and after swapping we have to increment our left and decrement our right. Thank you.